angels, welcome back to my channel. This week we are going to be talking all about my May TBR. For the month of May, we're going to be switching things up a little. I'm going to be letting my TBR prompt cards choose my TBR. This makes me nervous actually. I enjoy picking my own reads because I'm fully in control. I get to call the shots, I get to think about what kind of vibes I'm probably going to be in the mood for. Letting something else decide my TBR, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous because I don't know what it's gonna choose. I don't know what it's gonna pick, and the thought kind of scares me. Let's dive into it, shall we? My May TBR, grab yourselves a drink, let's get cozy, and let's talk about the books we're gonna be reading in May. Also, I do just want to say, me and the fantasy genre, we have just not been hitting it off recently. Like the reads that I've had this year in terms of fantasy, I've had some good reads, I've had some 5-star reads. But to be honest, there's nothing that's like blown my mind that has been a 6-star incredible fantasy read. And I'm craving that, I'm needing that, I'm wanting that. When I look back at the books that I was reading in April last year, for example, and I think, okay, I read like 8 books in April last year, what was I reading? 6 out of the 8 were fantasy. Whereas this year, this April, I read 9 books and 2 to 3 of those were fantasy. We've really shifted in terms of the kind of genres that we're reading, but me being a fantasy girl at my core, I'm missing fantasy. I really, really am. And I want to be reading more of it like I was last year. So I'm kind of hoping that the TBR cards, they pull out some amazing fantasy reads for us and that we can turn the tables, switch things up a little bit. Fingers crossed. So first things first, let's start with my pick for the 12 Creators Challenge. As you guys know, I've been pulling them out of my little jar. So I've got the remainder still left in here. We've had 4 books, we've got 8 left to go. So let's dive in, see what is going to be this month's choice. Okay, we've got one. Let's see what it is. Oh, okay. 7 Days in June. Steffi was the one that gave me this recommendation, and ever since she recommended it to me actually, I've been seeing this everywhere. I've been seeing so many people say that it is just absolutely incredible. So I am really excited to see what this is like, and I think it'll be a nice little palette cleanser for the month too. Oh, you guys, I was just having a look at it on Goodreads, what it's actually about. Oh, this is so sweet. So basically our main character, he's a literary author. Shane and Eva, they meet at this literary event unexpectedly, sparks fly, all that kind of stuff. But what nobody else knows is that 20 years earlier, Eva and Shane spent 1 week together and they fell madly in love. And ever since, they've been writing to each other in their books. In their books! That is so, so sweet. And apparently at the bottom it says, humorous, warm, and deeply sensual. Okay, I'm excited. I'm hoping that this is going to give me all the feelings, take me on a little bit of emotional journey, give me all that romance kind of vibes. I'm excited to see what's in store with this one. I did think about making a TBR jar, but I have got these absolutely gorgeous TBR cards that were from Illumicrate, and they are gorgeous and the prompts are really great on them. And I was like, okay, let's try this month with the TBR cards, see how we go. I'm so nervous. I've never done one of these before. Never. This is like the first time. And I don't know what to expect. Like, what happens if you end up picking a book that you're just not really feeling? Then what? What do you do? I'm scared. These are my little prompt cards. Okay, we're gonna give them a shuffle, and then what I think I'm gonna do is I am gonna make it so that you guys can see. We're gonna pick one of these. Which one's cooler to me? I'm gonna go for, I think this one. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Okay. Can you see? A book with morally grey characters. Okay, this I'm excited for. This is a great first pick. A book with morally grey characters. Okay, what have I got on my shelf that fits that kind of vibe? The book that comes to mind for this, I think we're gonna have to go for this. Reign of Shadows and Endings. I'm fairly sure this is dark with morally grey characters. I feel like that is the whole definition of this. So I think we're gonna go for this. So a book with morally grey characters is Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Ruich. I've been wanting to read this so badly, but I've just been kind of like feeling like, when do I pick it up? I just needed the little push to read it. And this was that. This is a dark, romantic, new adult fantasy, and if you have read the Lady of Darkness series, this is by the same author and you read this one after, and apparently this is better. It's fae, it's dark. So in this world, the fae are sworn to a life of servitude, but our female main character in this ends up being the source for the darkest kingdom of all. She will do anything to escape her destiny, and that's the synopsis of this. That's where our story leads from, and I am very, very excited to get into this and to see what is in store. I've got really good feelings about this. Like, I really truly have got everything crossed that this is gonna be good. Guys, why have I never done this before? This is so fun. I cannot stop smiling. I'm genuinely just sat here, like I literally just said to myself, why have I never done this before? Why? I don't know. This is a really fun way of picking your TBR. So much more fun than the way that I normally do it. We're gonna give these a shuffle again. Which one's calling to me? I think this one. Okay. Let you guys see first. Is it upside down? A book with a library. Ooh. That's hard. That's a hard one. I need to have a little browse of my TBR situation and see what I've got that fits this. Tricky. The only book I can think of that kind of fits that vibe. Have you got a library? See, I've got this arc. I just literally received this today, which is Neverthorn by Shannon Mayer. And this is set in an academy, which I'm thinking will probably have a library. But it's quite a big book. It's like it's not that big actually. I take it back. It's like 470. 470 pages. Okay, yeah, do you know what? I want to read more fantasy, so I'm going to read more fantasy, and so I'm going to go with this. A book with a library. Neverthorn. Let's read this. This says, the spellbinding fantasy is perfect for fans of the Zodiac Academy series. And if you know me, I am basically like Zodiac Academy at my core. I love that series so much. It's my guilty pleasure, but I don't feel guilty about it in any way. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be good. Fingers crossed that somewhere in there there's a library, because I'm fairly sure if it's set within an academy, it's guaranteed to have a library. Those were my thoughts. Okay, let's have a little reshuffle to keep things fresh. God, there's so many. This one, I think. I'm hoping that that's the right way around. Is it the right way? No. A book by an author of colour. Let's see what options we've got. I actually know the perfect book for this pick, and it's gonna be Faybound by Sarah El-Arifi. This, I actually said, if you watched my vlog from Spend the Day with Me, Liv picked this book for me, one of my gorgeous, gorgeous friends, and we said we were gonna read it at the start of next month. So this, not only does it fit this card, but it also fits in with my little book swap that I did with Liv. So I can't wait to read this. I think this is a fae romantasy that has got elves and has diverse kind of characters, which I'm super excited to read about. I have been drawn to this cover for quite some time because it is just so, so, so beautiful. So I'm finally excited to see what this is all about. Okay, we go again. Let's pick another option. What do we think, guys? Which one should I go for? I think I've picked a lot from this side, a lot from the middle, not a lot from this side. Let's go for this one. And it says, what does it say? A book with a one-word title. Okay, tricky. Do I have one of those, actually? Hold on, I don't know if I've got one of those. Guys, I don't think I have one of those, so we're gonna have to go again. Reshuffle. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go for this one. A book that has been adapted into a movie or TV show. Oof. I don't know if I've got one of those. What has been adapted into a movie? I think I have an option for that. Let me grab it. I'm scared. I'm scared. A book that fits this card is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Guys, I'm scared. I'm terrified for my heart and soul. Apparently this is absolutely devastating. Like, it's gonna wreck me. And so I'm like keen for it, but I'm also absolutely 7 levels of nervous, scared, and terrified. What am I in for? What am I in for? Do I do it? I mean, I don't have a choice. The cards have spoken. The cards have spoken. Okay, we're doing it. This apparently is soon to be a major motion picture. So it isn't quite yet, but it's soon to be. So this fits this bill. And apparently this book is all about what it's like to be a woman in World War II, when women's stories were often overlooked or forgotten. I just know that this is going to make me feel all the feelings. I'm going to vlog this for you guys. I'm going to show you my experience with this because I just know it's a tearjerker. I know it's a tearjerker. I know we're going to cry. And yeah, I'm going to call it. I'm going to say it right now. I'm predicting a 5-star. I'm predicting a 5-star read. But like a really sad one. A scary sad one. But not scary as in like horror. Scary as in like I'm scared for my heart and soul. Okay, this is just such a great way to pick your TBR because it feels new and fresh and refreshing. And I actually think my TBR that we've chosen so far is probably better than the TBR I would have picked if I'd have chosen it myself. I don't want to jinx anything, actually. Maybe I should save that until the end. Let's go for this one in the middle. What is this one saying? A book with a marriage of convenience. Book with marriage of convenience. Marriage of convenience. Huh. What qualifies as a marriage of convenience? Why am I drawing a blank? Marriage of convenience. I don't know if I've got any of those. Okay, I found an option for a book with a marriage of convenience, and it's Blood and Brujas. Now, this is supposed to be a why choose fantasy, and all her life our FMC has been used as a weapon by her mother. Like, wherever her mother points her, she goes, she does, and then her mother arranges her hand in marriage to their enemy kingdom. And she has 3 choices. She can either the king, seduce the king, or embrace the union. Those are her 3 options. And I have not read a why choose fantasy in a while, so this feels like a great pick. So the cards have picked 5. We have got our recommendation from one of the 12 creators. And I've also got my book club book this month, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 options. I like to have 9 books on my TBR, so that means we've got 2 more cards left to pick. So let's hit refresh and see what the cards are gonna pick for us. Where should we go? The second to last one is shouting at me. What does it say? A book that has enemies to lovers. Classic, 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 classic. I mean, all of my books are enemies to lovers, let's be honest. I just had a little look online, and Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry is actually marketed as an enemies to lovers rom-com. So there we have it. My book that has got enemies to lovers in is going to be Great Big Beautiful Life by Miss Emily Henry, and I bloody cannot wait. So this is literally about 2 rival writers, one story. On the back it says there's an old saying about stories and how there are always 3 versions of them: yours, mine, and the truth. I'm so excited. I am so excited. You guys know I'm an Emily Henry girly through and through. And this is the only book of hers I haven't read. So the fact that there's new Emily Henry out in the world that has not been read makes me so excited. Oh God, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to read and see how this fares up to her other books. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this month. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So that means we have got 1 more pick of the cards left. Wonder if we're gonna finish on a high. I hope so. I really hope so. Come on, cards, do your thing. I feel like I'm gonna go for this side. We're gonna go over here. What does it say? Book with time travel. I actually have a book that fits this perfectly. Let me grab it. This book is literally all about time travel, and it's The Ministry of Time by Caroline Bradley. It's sci-fi blended with fantasy, all about time travel. It says on the back, a love affair to leave you reeling, one of the best books of the year. This is getting rave reviews at the moment. It's getting awards, it's getting noticed. It's like a hot book at the moment, 110%. Not my normal cup of tea, I don't think. I'm not sure if I've ever read anything like this. I don't even know if I've ever read a book about time travel, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe actually in the A Discovery of Witches series, there is time travel in that, and I really, really enjoyed that. Don't know what to expect. Absolutely no clue what to expect, but you can guarantee that you're going to be getting all of my thoughts. And then the final book that's going to be on my TBR is our book club pick of the month, which is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. This I've been seeing absolutely everywhere. Haven't seen a single bad thing about it. Only pretty much 6-star reviews. And it really truly feels like it's going to be one of those reads that's going to be a highlight of the year. So I'm really excited that we're going to be reading it together with my book club. Now, Silver Elite, I believe, is supposed to be a dystopian novel. It comes out the 6th of May, which by the time you guys are watching this video, it will already be out. So the book club will probably have already started reading. But I think this is going to be one of the highlights, not only for the year, but for the book club too. And I'm just absolutely thrilled that we're going to be sharing this experience and reading it together. And I can't wait to see what we all think. That rounds up our TBR nicely. And the lineup for this month. Unexpected, full of surprises, but also I can't wait to read. Really, really, truly can't wait to read. And as it happens, the cards have picked out some really interesting reads that I probably wouldn't have chosen this month for myself. And it means that the majority of my TBR is looking like it's going to be fantasy. So that makes me excited, because that was literally what I said at the start of this video, was that I want to read more fantasy. I want fantasy to monopolize my reads all over again. I want to have those kind of experiences. As a fantasy loving girl, that's my cup of tea, and I feel like we'd just be missing out on that. So I think we've like shifted the dynamics, and it means that the chances of us having a good time with fantasy this month is looking so strong. This is what our TBR is looking like. We are just missing off here 7 days in June and Silver Elite. That completes our May TBR. I'm excited to see how I find all these books, bearing in mind that I haven't chosen them myself. Will it mean I have a better reading month than normal, or will it be a little bit of a struggle? I'm gonna let you guys know how I get on, obviously, at the end of the month. Nervous about this one, excited about this one, excited about this one, over the moon about this one. So fingers crossed that May is gonna be a good reading month. I'm nervous, but also mega excited too. Okay, you lovely lot, that is everything from me for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful week, and I will see you at the next one.